I truthfully don't know how you do it. Like, I feel like you need something invigorating you, like exciting you. And like, guys, believe it or not, that's streaming for me. I know. What? Shockers. And that's what... Okay, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna add meteorite, because honestly, I can do this fight faster and I don't want to wait this long. Because I just don't think I could do it. And I think, mind you, I think there's aspects to that. Because I would say one of my sisters, for example, she's a nurse. And she is so happy being a nurse because she is not like a dream focus. She's a dream focus, but her dream is life. Okay, she just wants to eat food with friends, travel, and chill. She's not really stressed about a career, about success. Like, those aren't really things on her radar. She's just a nurse and she's vibing. And I will say, not gonna lie, nursing seems like generally a good career for that, especially because, like, for example, my sister, she works 38 hours a week. She works 38 hours a week. She is paid full time, maybe? And she works on a schedule, which is very common in a lot of nursing, from my understanding, where she works, she does like 3 days on, 1 break, 3 days on, 1 day break, 1 day on, and then she gets a whole week off, right? So instead of you're working like your 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, she like works basically for like a week, or works for like 2 weeks and then has a week off. Works for 2 weeks and has a week off. Which, you know, obviously I think it depends on the person, and it can be a tough transition. But I mean, that's not bad, because basically what you do is you work for 2 weeks, and then you have an entire week where you don't have to do anything, but you're still making like a full year of like money, because you're working longer. To clarify, you're also working longer shifts, right? You're working like a 12-hour shift on those days. And then you can travel, you can do whatever you want. And I will admit, guys, on my backup career list is nurse. Now, it moved up past firefighter, okay, guys? Firefighter used to be my 5th backup career. But now I will say it's nursing. So it goes, I don't even, it goes streaming, and I have to say it, guys, I have to say it. You know, fingers crossed, but we're already on backup. You know what? Here's the thing, guys. It's streaming. We're already on backup career 1, and that's okay. Okay, it's streaming. I have my current job. I don't know. I would say I have nurse, teacher, firefighter, maybe? Something like that. Because here's the thing. Teachers don't make a lot of money. Let's be very clear. However, if you move to a certain state and you teach math, you can make better money. It's very dependent on where you live. And I'm gonna be honest here, guys. If I was a high school teacher, I would be a high school teacher. I would not want to be a middle school. I would either teach economics or math. I'd probably teach statistics and economics, because I think those subjects would be the most interesting to me. Plus, that's also what I have my bachelor's in. And, you know, to get my teaching credentials, I'm pretty sure I would need to teach it. Like, I also could not I wouldn't want to teach history. I don't think I can teach history. And I definitely am not teaching English. Like, I would actively hurt. I mean, I think, like, I don't think I can teach bio, but I wouldn't mind teaching bio. I do find biology really cool. Not physics. I am not smart enough for physics. Either way, right? So that's my backup career. And then after that's firefighter. And the reason firefighter has moved down on my list, I didn't know this, is firefighters apparently tend to work part-time. Like, a full-time firefighter is not as common. Apparently, a lot of firefighters tend to be in the trades. Obviously, you know, if you're a firefighter in chat, if you're a firefighter watching this video, let me know. Correct me if I'm wrong. From my understanding, a lot of firefighters are part-time, and so they have a trade job or like a side job. I don't want that. I'm gonna be honest here, guys. 2 jobs are a lot, okay? 2 responsibilities is a lot. I really enjoy having one focus and then having free time. That's my dream. Currently, I would say I don't have the most free time because, you know, believe it or not, I work to make rent and then I stream, which is absolutely fine, guys. Why? Because it's a goal, okay? And, you know, having a goal doesn't hurt. Hopefully, you know, obviously, guys, the dream is at some point, you know, I can, like, shift off of the job and then I will actually be able to do that. Which, mind you, then streaming would 100% take more of my time. But in my mind, it couldn't take more than 10 hours in a day. And, like, 10 hours in a day is less time than I spend now. Right? Because I have work, and then I have this, and then I have editing, and then I have... So in my mind, I'm like, I still get time. And obviously 10 hours is more than 8 hours, but, you know, I'm gonna be honest right now, my current job is not like an 8... It's not... Guys, my current job is not an 8-hour job to begin with. So, honestly, I'm really not losing in that aspect. Anyways, I hope you really enjoyed my conversation about backup careers. You know, if you drop your backup careers, I'd love to hear literally anyone. Does anyone have a backup career? Or your regular career, you can just drop your dream now. And you know what I'll say to you? Do it. Do it and attempt it, okay? It's 100% worth it because I truthfully believe you're always gonna feel better attempting your goals. Like, I've met, guys, I met I live in LA, okay? So I've met, you know, believe it or not, I've met an aspiring actor before, okay? LA is kind of the hub of aspiring actors. And I've met some old actors, and they've been trying to make it for years. And here's the thing, I definitely think it can be a depressing process, but it's also like, you know what? Some of them are just happy. I've met some old actors, they're just happy. You know, they're like, this is my dream, this is my goal, and I'm gonna make it happen. Which I just think is real, because, you know, you telling yourself no is a tough one. And I will say, guys, if you're like, Twichty, that's stupid, okay? Because at some point, I want to be able to feed myself, and I want to raise a family, and how am I gonna raise a family if I'm not career-oriented, and yada, yada, yada. And I think that's so fair. I think that's absolutely fair. And as someone who's risk-adverse meaning, right, I don't take a lot of risks. If you ask me between, if you ask me between, like, for example, gambling, right? I don't like gambling because I don't like taking a risk. If you said, I don't even know. I don't know what another risk would be. I'm risk adverse. I will generally tend to stay in my safety lane, which is good and bad. It's good because generally speaking, I run a more consistent life. And I think when some things are a little more consistent, you know, you're avoiding a lot of, you know, you're avoiding mishaps. However, I will also say, you know, saying yes and doing new things is a great way to just get new opportunities regardless of what they are. Because honestly, guys, you never know who knows who. You never know who knows what. Guys, this is why I would say always be friendly. Okay, people who are mean off the bat, you know, that is a risky gamble to play. Because you don't know who knows who in what room. And like, let's say, you know, you want to be a singer, you want to be a video game designer, whatever you want to do, guys. Believe it or not, there's this thing where like everyone in the world is 7 degrees away from each other, right? Which means if for example, I know Virgo knows someone, that someone knows someone, that knows someone, and it's in 7 degrees, that 7 degrees you can get to anyone, right? That theoretical connection. So in that same instance, guys, just because it's, you know, I don't know, just because it's Thomas and you don't think Thomas has the skills or is in the place that you think will be beneficial to you guys, I really recommend being nice. Okay, because guess what? Thomas's daddy owns King's Owl, okay? And Thomas's daddy's about to get your Wizard101 account banned for life. Which, oh my god. Guys, that does always make me cackle. I'm not gonna lie. I literally live for my dad owns this and they're gonna ban you. And here's the thing. I really wonder if, like, the child of whoever owns, right? Like, I wonder if there's some big company out there and their, like, parent owns something and just, like, truly threats. There was someone in my chat whose dad invented, allegedly. But, guys, I'm gonna be honest here. If people make claims about things, I just trust them. Like, I don't know why I wouldn't believe them. Like, it doesn't really make sense. Apparently, their dad produced some part of Windows. Like, he was, like, the head developer behind Task Manager or something for Windows, which, you know, I thought it was really cool. More power to him. I think I'm Dragon. I'm kind of worried I'm gonna die, but he has a tower shield, but I think the dot will be enough. Fingers crossed. And see, like, for example, guys, if if somehow I was desperate to get Windows, then maybe I could somehow talk to that chatter and then bada bing, bada boom, connections. Obviously, you know, connections are, you know, knowing people is beneficial. But in general, you know, guys, just be nice, be sweet, and you never know. Also, I will say, people will... Now, guys, this was explained to me recently, and I thought this was a really interesting concept. There's something apparently... Guys, I'm gonna be honest here. My job requires networking. A lot of jobs require networking, okay? That's probably not shocking. Life requires networking in kind of a stinky way. And to that point, someone is explaining something to me, which I thought a concept I didn't really guys, I never really connected this. And if you don't find this interesting, pop off. And if you're like, Twichty, this is obvious, honestly, more power to you. They said something about, like, weak connections, where if you're nice to people, right? Which, you know, should be default. And you have let's say you have some sort of connection with them, whether, you know, you work with them, I guess they're the parent of your friend, or they're a parent, or they're, like, I'm in an awkward age where, you know, I'm not really talking to the parents of my friends, but none of my friends have kids yet. And so it's not, I don't know, but you get what I mean, right? Or, like, it's a partner of a friend, yada, yada, yada. Either way, they have a circle of friends, a circle of connections that you don't know, but because you know them, it's giving you access. And guys, remember, you don't use people. Let's be very clear here, okay? it gives you access to those people, and then you can talk to them. And I just think that's a really cool thing. Obviously then, you know, with all of this, you know, there's also the obvious, guys, you know, be aware of how you know someone and what you can ask for them, okay? And don't ask for too much. Don't be asking for too much. Don't be, you know, crossing some boundaries. Because I will say, I think the hard part with talking with people, definitely strangers, is understanding boundaries, right? It's like, what is a social norm? And obviously social norms theoretically are norms set by society, so we all kind of get them. But I think it's like, I think it's hard. I think everyone kind of has a different interpretation of social norms. Social norms change on the setting you're in, who you're talking to. There's just so many aspects, and so I really don't play with. I think I struggle sometimes. Like, I don't really know all the time what to say, and that's just kind of how it is. But hopefully you can get through it. I think I have gotten through it, and together, guys, we can thrive and we can grow. This has been a really inspirational talk about my opinions about a lot of things. How do I feel about that? Well, I don't know. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you feel inspired. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a sucker for trying to make people feel inspired. Here's the thing. I think because I grew up around theater, I really am an artsy-fartsy person. I just really am, like, go chase your dreams, go do whatever you want to do, like, you can go do it. I just truthfully am never gonna be like I don't know. It's just, there's something about it I just find, honestly, guys, I feel like I romanticize it in my head. I feel like there's something so romantic, and obviously I think the realities for people are very different, right? And like chasing your dream, even being able to do that, that's like, you know, that's a privilege. There are levels to being able to do that even to begin with. But guys, I'm obsessed with that. I really am. And that's why, oh my God, guys, whenever any of my friends, like younger siblings or anyone is ever talking about their careers, that's my literally #1 thing to ever talk. Undead, I am so glad. That is my favorite thing to talk about. I have talked to so many of my friends' younger siblings. Obviously, me being the youngest is, you know, I don't have anyone to talk to about their careers and about planning, because that's just my favorite thing, is like helping people realize their goal. Guys, oh my, you know, and here's the thing, guys. Again, if I ever lose my job, you best believe it. That's my next goal, okay? Well, obviously, I have my main goal. But in terms of a goal that, you know, is not more plausible, because all my goals are plausible, but maybe easier achieved in the current moment, that is my goal. Now, there's a chance that I'm gone here. Okay, Death? What are you doing? I'm gonna be honest here, I really thought we've been fighting an ice boss. I've thought we've been fighting an ice boss this entire time, because this boss has cast ice spell after ice spell after ice spell. I'm actually shocked this boss is death. But hey, I'm glad we're working, and I'm glad we're winning. It's just so much fun. It's my favorite thing in the universe. 11,920 damage. And so, guys, I'm not gonna lie, my current job is not a recruiter, and if I ever get fired from my current job, I honestly think I might attempt to be a recruiter. If you don't know what a recruiter is usually someone who works for a company. I'm sure they can work for other things. I don't really know. And their entire job is to find people to hire. Now, whether or not they're necessarily helping the individual person succeed their dreams, or they're just helping the company themselves get the best talent, I think that's a little up for interpretation and depends on the person.
I must speak to you in the Zocalo. I have discovered how to awaken.
I do not care about the moon spells. So sorry. Sucks to suck. L. Yeah, maybe next time don't do moon spells. You know what I mean?
There's no way this
oh no, what are we gonna do? Oh no, it's moon spells. No one has ever used moon spells. No one has ever wanted moon spells. Well, that's not true. But I don't think they have any exciting ones, right, guys? Maybe they have one that I don't remember, but as far as I remember, there's not a single, like, useful moon spell. Wow, this is actually a hidden door. Ooh, lava. Ooh. Guys, I never want to hike a volcano. I don't know if anyone else. I used to watch these documentaries talking about climbing volcanoes and how they're super treacherous, because not only is like the rock unstable and like it's like some of it's like really brittle and hard, but it's also apparently insanely sharp. So you can just like your foot can just like fall down and your entire leg is just like ripped to shreds by the rock. That terrifies me. I was watching, guys, believe it or not, I'm on credit. I mean, I guess I'm not on credit. Guys, I'm on Reddit. Like any human being on the planet. Oh, guys, I've commented. I'm a lurker. Everywhere I go, I'm a lurker. I never talk about anything. Why does NyQuil taste like dirty, stinky socks you lost for 3 months covered in expired, moldy elderberry syrup? Honestly, I have no idea. I really don't mind the taste of. I don't mind the taste of medicine. So I'm very sorry that it tastes like that for you. kind of a crazy explicit explanation of how much it tastes. Virgo, I am gonna wonder why you, for example, have tasted something that tastes like socks that were 3 months covered in expired moldy elderberry syrup. That is very specific, and I would love to know the story behind that. I don't know, and I'm very sorry, but hey, at least you're hopefully getting healthy, and that's good. I commented, guys, I'm trying to win the Samsung Odyssey. You guys, you can go enter it. It's on like r/PC builds. The Samsung Galaxy, That actually threw me off. Great, awesome, terrific. That's just what I imagine. Sure, Virgo. Okay, you know, hey, I would never judge you for eating stinky socks. Okay, maybe just like a little. Guys, I'm not gonna lie. If you eat stinky socks, I would judge you a little bit. That seems a little crazy to me. Okay, Eric, Red Vault, pop off. Random wizard that objectively shouldn't be here. I entered the Samsung Galaxy thing. It's to win an OLED 27-inch monitor. Why? Because I want it. I don't know. And I just, honestly, I saw it and I said, you know what? Why not apply? Because, guys, maybe I'll get picked and then I can have an OLED monitor. What would I use it for? Guys, literally nothing. But I did think my comment was pretty funny. Because, can I be honest here? I don't trust when these Reddit competitions say they'll select a random comment. I truthfully don't believe they'll select a random comment. Like, because, guys, they're never going to select a... Like, imagine Samsung says they're going to pick a random comment, and the comment they pick is, Samsung sucks and I hate this company. Like, they're not going to announce that. You know what I mean? Do I really seem like the kind of to eat... No, Virgo. I'm very much joking. Like, in my head, I'm like, you don't. So I tried to say something that was funny. I tried to say something that was funny that was not, you know, like, just... You know, obviously, you just say, they said, what would you use the monitor for? And I thought I had something that was funny. One of my friends, I've only have one friend who has an OLED monitor. I've seen it once in action, and I can't really tell. If you don't know what OLED is a different technology. If you don't, you better. Virgo, I am very much kidding. When you buy a monitor, and this goes for televisions and computers, but specifically more for, I'm going to talk more about monitors. There's 3 types. You can buy an ISP, you can buy, it's called like a VR, or you can tie an OLED. And it just basically has to deal with the technology behind your monitor and how much color accuracy. Essentially, OLED monitors are famous for the term, they give true black. Or basically, right, OLED monitors can actually, from my understanding, it's like a medium understanding. They like turn off the pixels so it's actually black. Whereas like, I have a bunch of IPS monitors. IPS monitors are your typical gaming monitor. They're very recommended. Their color accuracy isn't that great, and their blacks tend to look gray. Like, this black looks gray. Now, does that black really look gray to me? Not really, but theoretically, for example, if I was on an OLED monitor, it would look like black. And the reason is because OLED can only do like a tinge of gray, right? Because if you think of black, what is black in terms of a color? It is the absence of light. So doing the absence of light with light, which is what a monitor is, right? Because it's shining light at you, it's hard. It's a very hard thing to do. And that's why OLED is technically cool. It's just expensive. And at some point, OLED will be cheap. And that's my thing. That's why I haven't personally bought OLED. Because I know at some point it'll cheap. Just like a subscription to my channel may be cheap for you, maybe not. No worries either way. But if you don't want to experience the next 3 minutes of ads, you too can get a Twitch subscription or use a free subscription from Amazon Prime to enjoy an ad-free stream, get access to awesome emotes, and support me. Watch me still supports me, and I deeply appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let's turn in this quest. Oh my god, thanks, person. Guys, I'm not gonna lie. The fact that we have not Azteca. But Sun Serpent, okay. Well, look at that. Oh my god, guys, upgrade. I'm building a horse stable and auction on Gume's Minecraft server. Is it Gume's? I always thought it Gumi. Maybe I'm just dumb. But that is very exciting, icing hot. I hope it's going absolutely amazing. I suck at building. I really...